Guy makes Dodgy e-bike from 130 used vapes to make point about e-waste.
And he went around then and collected all these used vape cigarettes, I guess, right? And I think he's got there 48 volts. I think it'll go something like 20 kilometers or something like that.
Hi, I'm David with EV World News, and I'm back today with our founder and chief editor, Bill Moore. How's it going today, Bill?
Yeah, well, a lot better than I felt yesterday.
Well, let's talk about kind of the funny article we have today. Guy makes Dodgy e-bike from 130 used vapes to make point about e-waste. I read a little bit about this, and the story comes with a picture, and I'm just not sure what to think about this. He's got some vapes like tucked into the bike in different places, like he's got some in the spokes.
Yeah. What he did is he apparently went to a rock concert or some kind of outdoor concert, and he went around then and collected all these used vape cigarettes, I guess, right? And every one of those has a small, I think it's what, 22 or...
Yeah, they got a little battery. They're charged by a USB cable.
Right, yeah, and they're little tiny batteries and so on, and then people discard them. So what he decided to do, he said, I'm going to collect all these batteries. I'm going to separate out the actual lithium battery cell, and I'm going to assemble them in a battery pack to power my electric bicycle. So what you see is the vape shells, the containers that the batteries are in, cluttered there on the ground, and his bike, and the battery pack is in that little bag behind, above his rear tire.
Oh, this is hilarious.
And I think he's got there 48 volts. I think it'll go something like, if I remember correctly, it was like 20 kilometers or something like that. And his point, of course, is that here's all this precious battery technology that people are, I do not know anything about smoking a bit. In fact, I don't even know how to smoke. I haven't done it. My grandfather cured me of that very early in life. I never smoked. So I don't know what's going on, whether there's just one, you smoke like a cigarette, you smoke it once and throw it away, or whether you can recharge it, or I don't know. I have no clue. But I do know that there's valuable technology in there, not to mention a lot of wasted plastic, that he decided he was going to use and power a bike by. I thought that is a really clever way to demonstrate a problem.
My favorite part of the whole article is all the disclaimers.
Yeah, at the bottom.
It's like, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. This is like in the securities industry, a stockbrokers license Series 7, but they make you take this thing called the Series 63, which teaches you all of these scams that people have successfully done on the public. And it tells you, here's how to do this scam. Now, don't do this. This is wrong. Yeah. But I was like, I wonder how many people try these scams from having been trained on them in this stupid class. Yes.
Oh, can you share some with us? What are they?
Yeah. You need some tips, right? Yeah. This is funny. It's like, okay, here's how I did this. Now, don't do this. Don't put the disposable vape cartridge in a vice clamp to pop out the components. Do not desolder. Oh, God. Don't wire them together using a balance board. Group them using 3D printed cell holders and then wire them in series. Do not put that much power into a rear hub on a standard bike frame. He actually got 1,500 watts out of this, which is a lot more than normal.
Yeah, he did. That's what really surprised me.
Yeah, wouldn't that go like about 35 probably on battery power?
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of battery power for a bike. He gets about 20.5 miles on his vape-powered ride, almost entirely without pedaling. Oh, it'll hit 32 miles per hour.
Brilliant.
Or he did it once. We're tossing out a lot of battery materials. We're doing a lot of other things. Doel estimates his Dodgy bike cost about $60 in filament materials to piece together. Most of the cells are rated for a minimum of 300 cycles, which is not a lot, but also more than some bikes and scooters actually take on. Well, how many people actually buy a bike, ride it once or twice, and just leave it in the garage? I mean, that's not unusual either. The UK is outlawing disposable vapes starting in June of next year. Yeah, so you won't be able to do this in the UK anymore. You see, in the US, most disposable vapes should be illegal, and thus are one of 34 tobacco vape products approved by the Food and Drug Administration. The FDA rule was targeted at pre-filled nicotine cartridges for reusable devices like the Juul and left disposable models in a gray area. Into this vagary swept hundreds of brands and thousands of their products. I don't know. There's a lot of people who have switched from cigarettes to these things, and they definitely, while they're still bad for you, they're not as bad as people on some of the other stuff. I've dealt with a lot of people with addictions and things like that, and I don't know. It seems like they have to stay addicted to something, and sometimes it's just like, hey, what's the least bad thing for them we can get them addicted to, and get them off of whatever was bad. But so who knows? I mean, clearly they're not good for you, but I know so many people who do it who you would think were pretty healthy otherwise.
Well, yeah, you would think, at least with a cigarette, most of that gets consumed other than the filter at the end. And that filter is a real problem, right? Because of the materials that are in the filter. But, with these vape cigarettes, you got battery materials there, and you've got all that plastic that's associated with it. And you just then throw it on the ground. Wasteful society, we really got to learn how to get away from that.
At least people don't think that smoking's healthy anymore.
No.
I mean, it used to be, that was supposed to be a sign of strong lungs or something, like you were strengthening your lungs by smoking, many, many years ago.
Hi, I'm David with EV World News. If you like this video, then please press the like button. If you like the content and would like to see more videos on electric vehicles, then please hit the subscribe button. If you have some feedback for us, please let us know in the comments. Have a great day.